goddess who stands strong like an oak tree. A well-tailored suit molds his powerful shoulders. Dark brown, not quite black hair is cut ruthlessly short, but hints at waves if given the chance to grow. His prominent nose makes itself known above the full, finely sculpted lips below. His eyes are shockingly vivid. So deep a blue, they're almost the color of African violets against skin like bronze bathed in sunlight. No, a man like him, you'd never forget. Something niggles at my memory, tugs at my senses. I'd never forget a man who looked like this, a man with eyes like that. But what about a boy? Ezra? I croak, disbelief and uncertainty mingling in the name I haven't uttered in years. It can't be. But it is. In place of the awkward boy I knew stands a man exuding self-assurance in the confident set of his shoulders, the proud bearing of his head. If adolescence was the rough draft, this finished product is a masterpiece of symmetry and beautifully sketched lines. He nods, a tiny smile relieving the sober line of his mouth. Yeah, it's me. Maybe it's the emotion, the vulnerability that shatters the guard I always lock in place. Maybe it's the compassion in his expression, or maybe it's finding, in the eyes of a stranger, the comfort of a long-lost friend. It could be all of these things, or maybe it's none of them. But I surge to my feet and fling myself into his arms. He doesn't seem as surprised as I am by this ungoverned physicality, his strength tightening around me right away. He's much taller than I am, much taller than the last time I saw him, and he dips a little closer to my ear. I'm so sorry, Kimba, he says. He was one of the finest men I ever met. His words and arms warm places left frigid all week, and this moment melts into a million others I thought I'd lost forever. Ezra and me, tracing our names into wet concrete with sticks, riding our bikes through the streets, shouting and laughing at summer dusk, racing the sun, pumping our legs to propel us so high on swings at night in a deserted park, our feet seemed to kick the stars. Ezra Stern was the axis of my childhood. Ez. I pull back far enough to look up at him, scouring his features for the changes 20 years have made. But you... What are you... How? I moved back to Atlanta a few years ago. I ran into your father and we... He swallows, releases me to shove one hand into the pocket of his dark slacks. He used to do that when he was unsure. It's one of the few things remaining of the boy I knew. And those eyes. We talked, he continues. We kept in touch. He helped me. I hope it's okay that I'm here. He spares a quick glance to my mother at the other end of our row, still elegant and too devastated to really notice those standing in front of her, much less the man standing in front of me. It is. I squeeze his free hand, connecting our gazes. I'm glad you came. Something like relief loosens his tight expression. Good, I didn't want to. Dad! The voice comes from behind him. I glance around and see a handsome kid with African violet eyes. His skin is a few shades lighter than Ezra's, his curls less coarse, and there are traces of maybe Asian ancestry in his features. But there's something of the boy I knew years ago in this one. My heart contracts. A son. Ezra has a son. Of course he does. We're in our 30s. He's probably also got a... Noah, I asked you to wait with your mom. Ezra brushes a hand across the boy's hair. I was, Noah says, his eyes wide and locked on his father's. But Ba Nagua called. It's an emergency. Mom says we need to go. Ezra and Noah both look beyond the tent and across the cemetery's carpet of grass. A petite woman paces in a tight circle, a phone pressed to her ear, distress on her face. I see the other parts of Noah in her. A sheath of dark hair hangs to her waist, and, even at this distance,